Hey everybody, it's LTM here. I'm at the Cinemark right now. I'm about to go and watch Lilo and Stitch, the remake. I actually grew up with the original film. I was actually born a year before the movie first came out, so I was really little. I was a baby. So I did remember watching the original numerous times, but I really never got into it at first. However, as I got older and I started really getting into Disney films, I've come to appreciate the original. The original had beautiful animation. It's got lovable characters and memorable characters. It's got an upbeat tone, a strong emotional core, and a collection of fantastic songs. I mean, Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride, a lot of, and those other two songs I can't remember the name of, and a lot of the Elvis songs are never gonna leave me, man. I mean, the original was such a good movie that I remember I remember liking the TV series a little bit more, because when I was a kid, there was a TV series that aired on Disney Channel, and it's more like a Pokemon sort of show, but it actually works. I do know that there's an anime spinoff, it turns out, so I've never seen the anime. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But now it has its live action remake. I will admit, I didn't know how to feel about a live action remake, given that I know these Disney remakes have such a very complicated reputation, you know? But judging by the promos, it looked interesting, so I thought I might just go ahead and give it a shot. So I'll give you all my thoughts when I come back. This is LTM, and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I just got out of Lilo and Stitch, the remake. So as I stated before, I grew up with the original, but I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do know a lot of people that do. But now I think it's a very good movie on its own. This remake, I will say it's actually pretty good. It's not great. I do have a couple problems with it, but I think the problem with a lot of these movies, I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way. I think this is what's going to be, this is going to be a hard movie to review, because I did enjoy this movie, but and this is the problem that I get from a lot of Disney remakes, is that, yes, the animated film did it so much better. We can all agree on that. And a lot of times they're not very memorable to me. But with that being said, despite a couple of the other problems I have, I enjoyed this film. So it's the same story. It's pretty much the same thing, you know. You got these two sisters, they're living on their own after their parents passed away, but then this alien named Stitch comes in and then tries to fix everything and tries to learn how to be good and all that. And then these other two aliens, Jumbo and Pleaky, one of them is played by Zach Galifianakis, and they have to go and find and stop the alien. Stop Stitch, basically. Pretty much the same story, but they're unlike something like, say, the Lion King remake or Beauty and the Beast remake. There is differences, and it tries to stand on its own without making it look like a shot-for-shot remake. It is a shot-for-shot remake, but what makes this different than something like, say, the Lion King remake or something is that it takes heavy inspiration from the original and tries to add some new elements and ideas in there. You're gonna get Lilo, unlike Pete's Dragon or Pinocchio. When you go see Lilo and Stitch, you're gonna go get Lilo and Stitch. You're gonna get exactly what you paid for. It's just different. But basically, the good stuff, I will say, the acting is very good, especially for the little girl who played Lilo. She did a fantastic job and is a really good replacement of the original voice actress who played her. The acting, for the most part, is great. In fact, I love that the social worker in this was actually the original voice actress who played Nani in the original, so I really like that. The acting is pretty good for the most part. The visual effects, depending on your view, I think they looked fine. I mean, some of them looked a little off, like Jumbo and Pleaky's design, but for the most part, the visuals look great, and Stitch looks cute in this. The cinematography looks great, like a lot of Disney remakes. It looks visually interesting, and I do like in this movie, there are a lot of Easter eggs if you really pay attention to it. And I also like that there's a lot of, this movie tries really hard to capture that feeling of the original. And like I said, even though it is a shot-for-shot remake, there are differences, and you can actually consider this good on its own, even if you haven't seen the original. My problems is that I feel like the opening sequence was a little too rushed. Not bad, just if you compare the original intro to this new one, they're completely somewhat different, which is fine, but the opening in this was a little too rushed. And the story is the same thing, and while there is new things, it's nothing that make it stand out. But for what we got, I'm glad I saw it. It's a really good movie to take the kids to this summer. I don't know if like I said, I do prefer the animated film, and I know there's going to be a lot of boycotting against this movie nonetheless. But for me, I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I saw it. It's definitely one of the better Disney live-action remakes we've had in a while. So there's that. I give Lilo and Stitch 2025 a 8 out of 10. Really good movie. I do prefer the animated film, honestly, but definitely worth checking out if you love the animated film, or if you just want to go watch something like that if you want an old school Disney movie. That's technically what this is, an old school Disney movie. All right, guys, that was my thoughts on the Lilo and Stitch remake. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. This is LTM, and I'll see you guys later.